everyone, welcome back to HTML lesson number 13, part 2 of CSS basics. Okay, so for this lesson we can sort of explore colors, fonts, sizes, as well as margin, padding, and border. They are very common when it comes to CSS styling. All right, first up, colors, fonts, and sizes, right? So with colors, automatically we think of, and for the colors you can use HTML colors, blue, pink, purple, as well as RGBA and HSLA, and so on. As for font family, there are plenty of sort of built-in HTML font families that you can just simply write their name. I have Verdana and Georgia for examples, but obviously there are hundreds more. As for sizes, we have pixels, we have percentage. For now, these are the main ones. You know, pixels and percentages are very common units. Borders are for creating a border around an HTML element, self-explanatory. And here's the syntax. With border, our first value will be the border width. So you can put it 10 pixels, 100 pixels. Next up is the border style. We'll explore this in a bit. And lastly, border color. Once again, anything that has to do with color, you can go with the built-in HTML color names or RGBA, HSLA, you know. Again, now we have border style. We have dotted, dash, solid, double, inset and outset. These are 3D. You know, you have the groove, the ridge. You also have none and hidden if that ever come in useful. Obviously, I can't show all of this. You feel free to experiment as much as you like. I'm just going to be experimenting with some of them just to show you. Next up is padding. Padding is basically space. When you add a padding, you add spaces between a style or an element, and the unit is in pixel or percentage. Last but not least, margin. Once again, margin is very similar to padding. It deals with spacing, and it adds space between elements that are next to each other, as well as styling, right? If you want a little bit of a space between the text and its border, you add padding. If you have multiple buttons next to each other, you add margin in between them, you know, so it looks nice. And I'm going to delete some of these so it's easier to see using the external CSS file, okay? So we have the first heading here. Let's add a div. Then within this div, let's add paragraph. Paragraph number 1, paragraph number 2, and then let's close the div, Ctrl S to save. Font size, I'm going to make it smaller with 50 pixels, background color is black. For border, I'm going to change the styling. Outset. Let's go down here and add font family. Say you have a bunch of these, you can add whichever is nicer to you. I'm just going to wing it and go with this one. Okay, now let's work on div. Color is blue. Font size 20 pixel. Background color is going to be pink. Border is 15 pixel double, and then the color is black. Font family. This one, all right, Ctrl S, and let's see how it looks. Okay, as you can see here, this is very big. If you pay attention, this showcases the cascading aspect of CSS. We did not do anything with the P or the paragraph tag. We simply style the div, and the paragraph tag inherits all of that. Okay. Let's make this a bit smaller, 50, and then I want to add some padding, 20 pixels padding, and then I want to add some margin over here. Let's make it 100. just to see. Ctrl S. All right. There's another thing I want to mention. So when you write margin, it basically means margin top, bottom, left to right, as well as padding, right? You can specify these with a hyphen and let's say top, okay? Ctrl S and see how it is. There we go. There's no padding on left or right. There's no padding at the bottom. There's only on the top. Now let's see what they look like without the padding in the margin. Okay, that's it. Now let's try adding some padding over here. Now let's use percentage this time, 10%. Ctrl S. There we go. The percentage is a much higher value. Thank you for being with me here today. Please do stay tuned for our next HTML lesson, which is all going to be about links, how to link different things, as well as change its display to the user. Remember to learn today, better tomorrow. I hope to see you next time. Have a great day.